Welcome to my video series on BJP and Kerala. I hope you have all seen my first video on BJP and Kerala media. Today I am going to discuss another issue. We all have heard BJP leaders wondering in public why Congress leaders in Kerala are not joining the BJP, even though the Congress is a crumbling cookie. Congress leaders from all over the country, from states, top leaders from states like Madhya Pradesh, Assam, Uttar Pradesh have joined the BJP. However, not even a district level leader of Congress in Kerala has joined BJP. So, what is the reason for that? The BJP leaders in Kerala have a ready-made answer for that. They say the Hindutva agenda being pursued by the BJP is preventing Congress leaders from joining BJP Kerala. So Kerala is a state where minorities constitute more than 45% of the total population. And for a Congress leader who is accustomed to power, it would be suicidal to join the BJP, which is pursuing a Hindutva agenda and which aims to corner votes of only one religion, people following one religion, and a few from other religions. So it's not viable in Kerala. That is why they are not joining the BJP. This is what even BJP leaders say. But is this true? Has it been like that in the past? I think it is the lack of historical knowledge or sense, or the refusal to see or accept the history is the reason for even BJP leaders to say Hindutva agenda is the one factor that prevents Congress leaders from joining the BJP. So let us look back. Was this practice followed in the past also when Janasangha, the predecessor of BJP, was there? So we find that in late 1960s or even before that, K. Kelappan, who was known as Malabar Kerala Gandhi and who was one of the topmost leaders of Congress in Kerala during the independence period, joining hands with the Janasangha. Of course, it is true has that even in 50s he has moved away from Congress and contested to the Lok Sabha and won as a member of Kisan Mazdoor Praja Party. So, but what I am saying is that a topmost leader of Congress in Kerala didn't find any reason for not joining or aligning with the Janasangh in early in 1960s when Malappuram district was formed, and he was in the forefront of the agitation against the Malappuram district, which in the present context could have been interpreted as a totally communal agenda. So that was the past. K. Kelappan, you need to remember that he was one of the founders of Nair Service Society also. So he had no qualms in joining hands with the BJP at that time. And the second person I will point out is MP Manmathan, who was a Congress leader, he was a Sarvodaya leader, and he was the leader of the prohibition movement in Kerala. And again, he was very close to NSS and he was a leader of the Nair Service Society also. And MP Manmathan also joined hands with BJP and he publicly participated and was on the forefront of Nilakal agitation. So again, this had been interpreted as a communal agitation. So, but a person of Manmathan's stature didn't have any inhibition to join the agitation. So again, if you look at communist leaders, everybody in Kerala know about V.T. Bhattacharya, who tried to convert or tried to transform, as he himself said, Nambudiri into a human being. So he was a leftist and his writings reflected that also. He was one of the most popular and well-known and respected Malayalam writers during an era when communist movement was sincere to its own ideology. But the same V.T. Bhattacharya was in the later part of his life was seen aligning with Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, and that also goes with a communist leader like Indu Judan also. So There are many examples from the history that leaders from the Congress as well as the left movements joining hands with the BJP, and ideology didn't prevent them from doing so. So the argument that it is the ideology that prevents Congress leaders from joining the Kerala BJP doesn't hold water. You need to remember that the the, the former leaders and the most popular and the strong leaders of the Congress and CPM joined hands with the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh when BJP didn't have power and BJP could not even dream of coming to power at the center. So joining or aligning with the BJP or RSS was considered to be a blight at that period, and there was no compensation for that. They couldn't even dream of any compensation, getting rewards. But even at that time, despite harder Hindutva agenda, they joined the RSS movement, because the thing is that the leaders at that point of time were well respected. The Sangh leaders in Kerala or the BJP leaders in Kerala were well respected across all sections of society. And though many differed with their ideals and ideology, nobody doubted about their sincerity and their honesty. So these factors actually prompted or encouraged leaders from across the spectrum to flock to the BJP or Jan Sangh at a period when there was no possibility of getting rewards or any kind of recognition, and the only thing they could expect was public ire or anger of different sections of the society. But nothing happened, and these people joined the Sangh Parivar, and they were sincere to their ideals and they pursued it, and they had no regrets about that also. So the lesson from this is the most important factor that attracts leaders from outside a political party is the atmosphere in the party or the quality of the leadership of the party. So only if you ensure that you could expect leaders from other parties to join Kerala BJP, and there is no simple solution. Thank you.